Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you a really cool way of doing your eyes. So what you're going to need is a tissue. Absolutely going to need a tissue. I'm just going to use a little felt beauty here. It really is the same thing, so don't be too obsessed with it. Make sure your eyebrow is groomed and extended to the point that you're happy with. I'm going to take my pearl palette and I'm going to be using some really subtle kind of mid-tone shades for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add a little touch of pressed powder all over the eyelid. There's no primer on my eyes, so we're just going to wing it and hope for the best. I'm going to take a little kind of mid-tone color from my palette, and what I'm going to do is, as you know, lay this to the outside corner of my eye and up to the lower lash line. Now what I want you to do is look straight forward in the mirror, find the highest point of your eye, which is here, and I want you to draw a straight line out from the highest point with your eye open at the lid, and draw a straight line out to the side, and then close your eyes and fill in any missing gaps. And the one thing you really must do here is make sure that you've got, and you can have your eye open for this, that outside piece of skin, and just bring it onto the lid. So again, look straight forward, find the highest point, drag it out, and then fill in the outside corner. Then when you pull it away, what you're left with is this beautiful, elongated, lifted eye. Now some of you are going to be saying, well, that's fantastic, but what do I do about socketing this? You don't have to do anything. You do not have to socket it. Some eye shapes don't require socketing. I'm just going to do this. There you go, I've socketed it. Now, all I want to do now is take a slightly deeper shade. Again, I want to stay relatively subtle with this, as in nothing too dramatic. So I'm just going to lay that back to the outside corner. And now on the lower lid, I'm just going to apply a slightly deeper shade. It isn't a million miles away, and I'm going to bring it up halfway just to add a little bit more depth to this irritating corner. Then I'm just going to knock off anything on my brush and just very lightly buff the edges. And the reason this is such a great technique is, first of all, if you've got very small eyes, which means there is a little tiny bit of space between your eyelid and your brow bone, this is a great way. You're just going straight across the eye to the outside corner and bringing it down. Because even if you don't see the eyeshadow with your eye open, here, you will see it on the outside corner. So you can go as subtle or as dramatic with this. You could shade this with purple or green or blues or burnt oranges, whatever makes you happy. And it will always be visible, even if it's not visible here, because it's pulled out. And generally speaking, most women want their eyes to go either this way or this way. And this is a great way of doing it. If you wanted to give, we brought it more out. If you wanted to give it more lift up, you would have just angled that at a slightly higher angle and drawn it that way. So now all that's left is for you to decide, do you want anything on this lid? Here's the thing with Shimmer. You've got Shimmer Metallic Celestial. If your eyelid has wrinkling or this texture on it that you're not happy with, if you put a shimmer on there or a metallic, it's going to emphasize that. However, a celestial shade, actually, because the particles are bigger, they sit on the eye much nicer. So I'm going to use a wash of celestial over the eyelid, and then I'm going to do lashes. So I'm just going to take a touch, and I'm just going to pat it onto the center of the eyelid, and then just lightly on that outside corner, just so that it's not just in the center, but it's kind of everywhere. And it's just subtle, but it's enough to catch the light, and that's what you're after. So let's darken these lashes. One more thing actually I'm going to do before we move on. I'm just going to define the lash line with a black, and I'm going to extend it slightly to increase the length of the eye. So here's what you do. You need everything ready in advance, which I don't ever have done. Why would I? So You're going to take a black eyeshadow and a mirror that's a mile away, and you're going to start on the inner corner, and you're just going to define the actual lash line itself. And now what I'm going to do, even though the lashes or mascara is generally going to cover that line, what I want to do is just take this black line and just extend it ever so slightly. So just pull it down a fraction more, and it just increases the length of the eye ever so slightly. It's not majorly dramatic, but it's enough. So now all I need to do is add some lashes to complete this look. Okay, so I've added some lashes, and what I've done here is I've added the lashes pretty much starting here, and then I've stacked 2 extra ones on the outside edge, because this look is about pulling the eye up and out. So adding a few more lashes to that outside corner just kind of helps that. So we're just going to go over one last time the process of this. You look straight into a mirror, you find the highest point of your eyelid, you take a stencil, a tissue on the outside corner, and with the eye open you draw a straight line right to the end and then down and fill it in. And this could be a tiny hint of color, or it could be full out warfare of incredible colors. It doesn't matter. And then on this inner corner, we've extended it ever so slightly in. And what this does is it gives the eye more length both ways. So if you look at my other eye, you can see that this one looks slightly longer, and it's just got this really beautiful kind of pulled out shape to it. And if we wanted to, we could connect underneath all the way around for a very dramatic look, or leave it with this pulled up kind of Grecian pulled out look. It's very pretty. And that's how you do eyeshadow spot on each and every time. And you could do that little movement on the outside corner within 30 seconds. With practice, it's very, very quick and easy. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.